Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today we are in the French destroyer, the Premium Siroco. Now, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but this is in the Talon and Tempest bundle doubloon thingy doodler in the shop on your way to get to the angle. Angle? I don't know how that one's pronounced either. I am slaughtering so many names right now. I would completely understand if you're not watching Halo more. But anyway, guys, we're using a Lewis of Violette, whatever you use on French destroyers. I use a Violette for the sidestep perk, and like I said, the last game you guys seen was in Champagne yesterday, and I love that ship. This ship I like all ships pretty much. There's only like one or two I don't like. This is I wouldn't say this is a underpowered ship or a bad ship, but it's definitely not the best ship ever. Eric Bay with Jersey Swirsky and Lewis Violet, along with We're Taking Contact is Imminent, Look at Me Now, Perceptive, Sidestep, and Unstoppable. For your one modifications, we're taking aiming systems, and what you do get here too, two reload boosters, which you kind of need, to be honest with you, in this, and a engine boost. Now it's not a normal engine boost, guys. This is a 20% engine boost, so this thing really gets up and goes per kind of with the engine boost active. And for your specs, you have 12,000 hit health. Not a ton, but at tier 4, it's not bad. This isn't a bad ship, but there is some issues with it, and one of them is right here on the main guns. You have four of them, and they're 8-second reload. So when you get in your reload booster, it's four every 4 seconds, so it's not bad. The problem is you have to be so broadside to get the all four guns off that it's crazy. These have very terrible firing angles. Now the fire chance is pretty decent on them, and they're not terrible guns. I mean, they are what, 5.1-inch guns, so for a destroyer at this tier, pretty good, right? And you can sit it out with the AP on some destroyers. But this is not a DPM monster, and you have to be a little bit careful. You need to know when you're going up against another destroyer that you have the advantage before you start shooting the guns, because you have to be somewhat broadside to the destroyer if you're going to try to get all guns on target, and uh, you don't have smoke to get out of jail free, like to break contact. Torpedoes, you have three of them for that hit for 16,000, so they hit pretty hard for what they are. They are a little bit slower, but these are decent torps. AA, you absolutely have none. In the match you guys are going to see, Carrier basically just hovered his planes around me most of the match. I think I shot down 2 planes. Maneuverability, 33 knots, so not very quick. But with the speed boost, it does turn into a pretty good, right? A good turning circle, good rudder. Concealment 4.9, so this is a major plus. You're going to out detect other people, and I recommend building into double concealment on this ship. And the reason is you want to make sure that you spot somebody, you have your guns turned to where you want them, and also that you're going to win the fight. You don't want it to be a fair fight. You want to be able to blast them or have teammates help in getting that concealment where you get extra time, especially at low tiers, right? Where maybe people don't have the best commanders. You might be able to spot them quite a bit before them to give yourself some time to really lay into them. Statistics, it's not good, guys. I have had, it's not that this ship is bad, I just have had, it's low tier, right? So the chaos that is low tiers bit this ship really bad, and I was super frustrated. This might have been the least amount of fun I've had playing a ship in a long time. Um, Not great, especially in a destroyer. For me to have a 30% win rate, you really know it's bad. You know it's bad. Also, carriers, for some reason, I've had the best carriers at tier 5 against me, including um, a few tier 5 carriers that murdered me and maybe within like 3 drops. But anyway, um, as you can see, I've only survived 3 battles. Um, but you know, it's a terrible ship, guys. I just did not have a lot of fun playing it. Just rough teams, right? Armor. It's a destroyer. You have none. All right. Don't take unnecessary shots if you need to. For the tier, 10.8 kilometers is very good. So you can use your guns at range if you need to not take damage if you want to kite. As we start the match, it's disclaimer time. This is a beginner's video meant to help people new to the ship or new to the game. This is not meant for professional gamers that know everything there is to know about everything in the universe. There are multiple ways to play and build this ship, and I am an above average player, not the world's best. I make mistakes. You may see one in this match. You didn't come here for pronunciations. I'm as good as anybody at slaughtering beautiful languages all the time. With that out of the way, we are on Scandinavia, the small one, and a lot of battleships. And we're bottom tier, but that doesn't ever bother me ever. Clearly, as you can see, we're a minute and some into the match. Just the destroyer kind of bailed into the middle. So I'm going to spot, and I'm also going to go ahead and hunt destroyer. Or I'm going to keep the middle and spot. Try to work my way over to this cap. But at the same time, we could drop some torpedoes at some battleships. And let's be honest, right? These low levels, you can actually use your white line, alright? And if you don't believe me, well, I'm going to show you what I mean as we're going to head into the cap, because there is a cruiser in the cap, and it looks like the carrier is going to start going for him. So we're going to go ahead, white line some torps, because we're super talented like that. And we're going to see how this plays out, Cotton. Also, do you see how much angle I'm giving up right now to only get 2 guns on target? Right? I'm pretty broadside to these guys, and I don't have it. That being said, goodbye Nevada. And, well, let's hit New Mexico with a few as well. So, pretty solid, right? On hitting them with torps, right? That was all talent. Kind of surprised we got an assisted capture after the cruiser got hit here. But again, this ship, it's fun. You get torps to hit, you can do some damage. The guns, however, getting in gunfights with this thing, it's real agile, I will say that. And the torps, I mean, as we're going to go ahead and check other torps here. The guns just have such bad firing angles, and we're going to send a second set out because we'll have a better option, and also, if we need, we're going to try to get a perma-flood with it. As a carrier now has started to decide that he's going to really have a lot of interest in me, and I wish he would, this carrier player would have just asked me for a number or something, because he's going to be obnoxious the rest of the game with this as we hit 3 more torps. And we hit 2 more to finish off Julio Caesar. So basically, we took down a bunch of their team. And now we are going to head, as a carrier is still going for me. However, I have shot down 2 planes. That's, I think, the most I've shot down in a match with this thing. If not, it's very close, because this thing has no AA whatsoever. If you get focused by a good carrier, you might as well disconnect. But anyway, we're going to go ahead, You can see how much broadside we have to do to give up or get all 4 guns on target. And I almost feel like sometimes you're better off when you get in a destroyer fight with this, just to get your back guns or your front guns involved. And don't worry about getting them, giving up too much shell, too many, or too much of your ship to get them guns off target, because you have like what I call the GK effect, where you will get absolutely murdered if you give up too much broadside, even against say, another destroyer. Like if he has any help whatsoever, you are gonna be gone. So just one thing to note when you're doing that. But as you can see, the torps are pretty good. We've gotten the A cap, and we're gonna start to push out. We know the we know there's a destroyer out here now, and that is what my focus is gonna be: is hunt down this other destroyer. He is, I believe, full health, and that is not an issue. Also, I'm pinging the map for my teammates to let them know what's going on. And like I said, this carrier player did not like me, and that's okay. I didn't care for him much either, or maybe he really liked me. I'm not sure. Carrier players can be confusing. Podzowski's gonna be stopping, so we're gonna throw some torps into there just to give him a fit while he's in there. And we're gonna focus on making sure we spot him, right? We're definitely gonna outspot a Russian destroyer, right? I mean, you can almost outspot him when you're in battleships. So, as a carrier, you know, I'm doing my best to try to dodge on this carrier, but this carrier is getting me some. Now, he didn't have the luck out of like a couple Arc Royales I went up against, but a couple Arc Royals and I believe an American Tier 5 got me too. So as we can see, this is what I mean by this not being a DPM monster. You're gonna see here, we start out the fight at what, like 8:30 here, 8 minutes 30 seconds. I would guess it's gonna take me at least down under 8 minutes to kill this destroyer, and he's giving me his flat broadside. And this is like, if you have the opportunity, the destroyer's not really paying attention to me, so I am going and getting all my guns on target here, and that's one thing I wanted to show. But, I mean, the guns aren't bad. They're definitely, I feel like Tier 4, they feel okay. The biggest thing is getting them on target without getting wrecked. Because this ship, as you can see, Podzwoyski is kind of a harder ship to hit, whereas we're pretty tall out of the water for what it is. The carrier drops torpedoes, and actually, we actually do get rid of the destroyer as well. Now, we know there's a destroyer over in the middle, but I always target destroyers first, except for when a carrier's being obnoxious, right? Like, this carrier was a little over the top, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna throw some torpedoes towards that smoke cloud. Whatever happens, right? But I'm gonna turn my attention to the Ranger, which I have been messed up by a few Rangers actually so far in this thing, so you gotta be careful. I don't know if this guy had a lower level commander, maybe not the best at carriers, but I mean, he didn't do a terrible job. He did make my job kind of annoying and hard, and did harass me. But we're gonna go ahead, shoot at the Ranger, and you're gonna see we're gonna get some shots going here, and it's gonna be a minute, but we're gonna start doing damage once he gets a little bit broadside here. And you're gonna see we get a citadel on that exposed, a double citadel on that exposed citadel that Ranger has, and another one. So you can see it gets pretty accurate when it isn't. It definitely has accurate guns, but like I said, biggest thing is getting these guns on target for me. Not ideal, as you can see here. Points are getting really close. Tiger goes down, and that's kind of disappointing because I really wanted to murder this ranger, and you can see there is not much left here, but we do have a high caliber at tier 4 at 100,000. That's a pretty good destroyer game, but you can see here I think it was a 2,500 base damage game or XP game. Top of leaderboard, helping our teammates out. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you folks next time.